foreign nationals who are walking into Del Rio, Texas, and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time.
This is scary. You can't just innocently ask a question about something going in your body. I remember going to China and they were telling us, you cannot speak out against, the people in power there, etc. And I remember all of us thinking, oh, okay, well, we understand and we respect the laws here and that it's so different where we live. But don't y'all see what's happening? Don't y'all see that we are living now in that time? People will isolate you if you simply speak and ask a question.
It's a bank choice. My first job offer where I wanted, my deceased wife and I wanted to move to Idaho. Not a joke. It's such a beautiful story. And I interviewed for a job at Bois Cascade. And in the meantime, it was a war zone. Anyway, but the whole point was that I used to always kid Frank.
Morons. It seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity. Or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brain politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
Moron Joe, the man without a brain.
I'll have to just circle.
At this point, we don't need to watch anything that Biden does to make fun of him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
the dude, basically, he doesn't even speak. He just talks Simlish.
Simlish?
Yeah, like...
Will you shut up, man?
I took a trip up there to the North Pole. I went there, and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why all the trannies kept getting HIV, so I had to put a dress and a wig on and go back to my favorite gay bars and bathhouses. But this time I wore my triple masks on account of the COVID.
I'll slap you in the face and I'll say, I demand satisfaction, you son of a bitch.
Did you know that an average adult man has 144 pounds of edible meat on his body?
What the shit?
Oh, it is just groovy, man. I'm telling you, the vibes are immaculate.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is
Tuesday, September 21st, 2021, and this is episode 99 of the War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and welcome to the show where we act like smartasses and laugh at dumbasses.
Yes, and thanks for tuning in, whether you're listening on HamineMediaGroup.podbean.com, watching on Gab TV, watching on YouTube, Rumble, or wherever else you might find us on the, on the internet. Glad to have you.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of stuff to cover this week.
Oh my god!
I feel like things have really been accelerating.
It's like turbocharged.
Yeah, a lot of people call it Clown World. We call it Moron America, or I don't know, maybe Moron Universe. But it's like every week it seems like everything just gets faster and faster and more ridiculous. I feel like, I guess it's like the meme to be like, oh yeah, I swear this isn't from The Onion, or it's not from the Babylon Bee. But it's like, I'm looking at the stories to kind of go over the headlines since last time, and I'm like, really? We gotta talk about fucking Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, apparently Nicki Minaj is relevant on our show.
I've got links.
And we actually like what she's saying.
Yeah, what the hell? We predict a lot of stuff, and I never, ever in my wildest dreams would have thought that our lead story of the day would have come from Perez Hilton.
That's true. Although, I gotta say, we've covered Cardi B an awful lot on this show.
Yeah.
Never have had Nicki on the show before.
Nicki,
maybe we shouldn't be too surprised.
It seems like Nicki keeps her stupid shit to her music.
Yeah.
If you want to call it that. I don't really know many of her songs, but I know one of them's called "Stupid Hoe."
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's like, you a stupid hoe. Ho, you a stupid hoe. I don't know if that's exactly how it goes.
Maybe that should be our new theme song. I don't know.
I think she'd be down. Because apparently Nicki Minaj is based as fuck. In case somehow you've managed to miss this story. So, we touched on this a little bit last week, that Met Gala, that weird, celebration of being a rich celebritard.
Okay.
$30,000 a ticket. You dress up like you're some kind of a deranged fashionista. And so some people on Twitter were like, "Hey, Nicki, you're kind of crazy. You're a celebrity. Why weren't you there?" And she's just like, "Oh, I just had a kid. They wanted everybody to be vaccinated. I can't risk my kid doing that." And then everyone's like, "Well, wait, hold up. Did you just say something about the vaccine?" And she's like, "Well, I didn't really raise the subject, but since you asked, I probably shouldn't get into this. It's kind of personal, but I got a cousin down in Trinidad, and, he got the vaccine, and then his nuts got all swollen, and he's impotent now, and his fiancé left him." And I'm like, you know what? I've got some questions.
That's fair. If your cousin's balls swelled up to the size of beach balls, and, suddenly was shooting blanks, you might have some concern.
If you have elephantitis to the point that you start telling your extended family members, come on, let me tell you, hold on, get Nicki on the phone, I gotta tell her about this. And they're like, who's this? I'm shooting a music video right now. Oh yeah, I'm your cousin's sister's brother-in-law. Anyway, my nuts are as big as fucking grapefruits, I can't even get it up no more.
Oh my god.
I was gonna have a wedding. We're not gonna do that anymore. I don't have a penis.
Oh my god.
That just set off a huge firestorm because, of course, the vaccine religionists were like, no, this is one of our, she's got 100, it sounds crazy. I think she has 150 million followers.
She's huge. Nicki Minaj is a big deal.
Yeah, and she might not be an expert on, immunizations, but you can't say she isn't an expert on swollen body parts.
Okay, you know what? I don't know that she deserves that, but...
Well, either way, of course, all the leftists were basically hey, shut up, sit down, we don't want to hear politics coming from a musician.
Yeah, they tried to shut her down, but anybody who knows Nicki Minaj's music knows it's not gonna go well. Once she wants to speak out on something, telling her to sit down and shut up isn't exactly gonna work.
Oh, no, she got red pilled. She started watching Tucker Carlson. And she's sharing Tucker clips on Twitter, and she's like, yeah, I wasn't really thinking about this before, but then all you people telling me to shut up, and this guy right here's got a point. And they're just like, no. Like, next thing you know, she's going to be watching fucking InfoWars.
Oh my god, she's even doxing CNN reporters. So.
Well, they threaten to dox her.
Well, yeah, they're threatening to dox her family members.
Yeah.
So she's like doxing them and posting, everything on Instagram and saying, "Bitch, your days are fucking numbered, you dirty hoe."
Yeah,
and of course, all of her followers are kind of like outraged.
Oh no, they're all like waking up. Like all these people that just sit around listening to stupid hoe all day long. The song, I'm not calling her a stupid hoe. They're just like, yeah, you know what? I didn't want to get that shot either. Nikki's right. You know why? I mean, they took her off Twitter. These people didn't bat an eye when they kicked, every conservative in America off Twitter. When they kicked the sitting president of the United States off Twitter, but they kicked off Nicki Minaj. And now a lot of people that don't normally pay attention to this, they're well, let me actually just pull up the video. This is unbelievable stuff here. So this is a protest outside the CDC in Atlanta with a bunch of Nicki Minaj, what are they called, stands?
I don't know what they call themselves.
It's some black guy with ponytails.
Wait, they can only find 5 Nicki Minaj fans in all of Atlanta?
Nicki, the queen of rock! Stand up! Nicki, multiple platinum plaques!
I'm starting to see why other Nicki Minaj fans didn't show up.
I'm questioning this vaccine! And we should all question this vaccine!
Okay, I don't know if that guy is going to be your best spokesman.
I feel like maybe he was the wrong face of the movement here.
Yeah, like if you're listening on the podcast, he's like a skinny black guy. He's got pigtailed dreadlocks, and he's very flamboyant. And he's just like, Nicki Minaj got platinum records. Yeah.
It's giving us that Chris Crocker, leave Britney alone, but it's Nicki Minaj. So yeah, it's very odd.
It's I'll take it.
He's passionate. He's putting the word to the street, man,
I almost feel like it really looks like some kind of a sketch comedy bit.
It really does. Well, speaking of what looks like sketch comedy, did you hear that the White House offered Nicki Minaj an educational phone call to set her straight on appropriate things about the vaccine?
A re-educational phone call. Maybe they could put her on the phone with Biden.
Who could turn that down?
You're like, my balls didn't swell up. I shit my pants. Maybe that could be the new, my butt spin wipe, which apparently is a real thing. That's a story for another day, but. Yeah, she's getting heat from the White House. She's getting heat from all the liberals. She got her Twitter shut down. She's probably going to get kicked off Instagram since she's using it to dox the CNN reporters.
Look, let's face it. You better, if you're a Nicki Minaj fan, you better go buy her albums as soon as possible because pretty soon that's going to be all you have. She made her money. I don't think there's going to be any new releases coming anytime soon.
I've actually got some really crazy footage here. Apparently the CDC, or maybe it was CNN, I'm not sure who these troops are from, but they sent shock troops down to Trinidad.
Wait, I'm sorry, just hold on. The CDC and or CNN have troops?
Of course. This is 2021. But yeah, maybe at the behest of Dr. Fauci, I'm not sure. But they sent troops down to Trinidad to round up her family and get them to stop talking about their swollen testicles.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's look at the footage. So it's either on horseback, they got whips.
Stop it! What is this?
Okay, this is actually from our southern border. So of course there's
come on.
Yeah, I can't even make this shit up. So there's like 15,000 Haitians down at the southern border with Mexico. I don't know how they got all the way to Mexico from Haiti, but basically he announced a few weeks ago, yeah, we're not going to deport Haitians anymore. So they all said, oh, fuck yeah, let's go to America. And then they built a tent city underneath a bridge over there on the border with Texas. It's really making them look bad. And they decided that their best course of action was to finally get tough on the border. It took them a while. It took them 8 months.
What are you talking about, get tough on the border? That looked like an apocalyptic combination of that Quentin Tarantino movie that came out the other day in like an old Western film.
I was gonna say it looked like a was it Kunta Kinte? It's
if you're listening on the radio, they got freaking cowboys on horses with whips, and they're whipping. This has to be fake. honestly, like, it looks like it was shot in, like, 1945.
It looks like it was shot in 1845. Yeah, so they got, they look like, I guess they're from the Border Patrol. They never did this when Trump was president.
They don't whip the Mexicans.
They're riding around on horses, rounding up the Haitians, going, yeah, go back to Mexico, Toby. Yeah, I don't think she's going to listen to anything that the White House has to say.
The Mexicans get a $6,000 check upon arrival, and the Haitians get whipped like we're back in the days of slavery.
I mean, the Taliban get welcomed in here. The Mexicans get welcomed in here. The Guatemalans that can't even speak Spanish get welcomed, in here. But hey.
But Joe Biden doesn't hate black people. No.
Hopefully, some of those people that were stuffing ballots for Fat Stacey see this footage and they'll just do it again next cycle. But speaking of our commander-in-chief, let's check in on him. He had a very landmark meeting the other day with Boris Johnson and whoever the Prime Minister of Australia is.
Wait, so Boris Johnson is still speaking to us? This is shocking.
Well, Boris Johnson has to spend time with Biden. He's the only person on the planet that can make Boris Johnson look smart. But yeah, you just got to see this footage. This is Biden introducing the Prime Minister of Australia.
Thank you. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Boris. And I want to thank that fellow down under. Thank you very much, pal. Appreciate it, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah, he doesn't know his name. He forgot his name, so he just called him that fella down under. Hey, pal.
Bilateral security cooperation among our countries.
Am I the only one that still finds it
Prime Minister
completely
Morris and
dystopian
Prime
that we're
Minister
pretending
Johnson
it's normal
said,
for
"I want
world
to thank you
leaders
for
to
this
like
partnership."
teleconference?
It's very bizarre. At this point, I don't know why they don't just replace Biden with, like, I saw they got the animatronics at the at Disney World at the Hall of Presidents. Swap him out.
Yep.
That guy's gonna flub less lines.
Absolutely.
And speaking of Biden, I saw for some reason he was in Idaho, which honestly I think would be dangerous for him. But he made a speech at some lumber company over there. So he's in Idaho, which is nowhere near where he's from, nowhere near where he has any support. He's giving a speech at a lumber company. I don't think anybody there voted for him.
You're telling me they dragged him out of the basement to take him to an Idaho lumber company for a speech? Boy, it's almost like they're trying to hide this guy.
It's really weird. Yeah, Boise Cascade. And he just had to tell them that his first job offer, he almost worked there at Boise Cafe, or Boise Cascade. I sound like Biden. I can't even pronounce a fucking two-syllable word. But yeah, he's like, yeah, it's crazy. You might not believe it,
I don't believe it.
My first job, where I really wanted to work, was right here in beautiful Idaho, right here at Boise Cascade.
Why would he say that? I love that the company was like, yeah, we checked our internal records and we don't show any evidence of this.
I don't think they hire people that are on the sex offender registry.
I mean, why would you make that up?
Because he's a compulsive liar. Maybe he believes it. I don't know what his memory's like. I know that if you go back to where he is from in Pennsylvania, they're putting up billboards with his face on them that say, "Make the Taliban great again." So, good job, Joe.
Are they serious or are they clowning him?
They're making fun of him for giving the Taliban all that,
okay,
all those
thank
weapons.
God. I was afraid that the liberals had really gone too far this time.
I don't think he has any support left in Pennsylvania. I saw the Penn State game the other day. There were like 100,000 people packed in that stadium. Even the cheerleaders were chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden." I should honestly pull that video up. I don't have it handy. But that's kind of a regular thing now. That's like you go to a college football game and you're more apt to hear that chant than like defense.
Yeah.
They don't even say "We are Penn State" anymore. They just say "Fuck Joe Biden." I mean, you got to give it to him. He's united the country.
He has. Oh my God.
Anyway, we've kind of been rambling on. Let's just get to the craziest headline of the week that we couldn't quite find room in the stack for. So, contraband intended for a Virginia jail ended up in a schoolyard due to an errant drone.
Oh boy! Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's going to make for a fun recess.
Oh yeah, you know it. I mean, it had
Cops and robbers got a whole new meaning.
Yeah. So obviously, some gang or something was trying to hook up the boys in prison with some fun times.
You mean to tell me that we haven't fixed the drone issue when it comes to prisons yet?
I don't think the prisons care what gets in there. I know they act like they do, but you got to bust them for something. So apparently, just like us, these gangsters can't tell the difference between a school and a prison anymore. And they thought they were in the right place. They dropped off a big package containing some marijuana, some tobacco, a bunch of burner cell phones.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, I mean, what high school kids are smoking weed these days?
It could have been cocaine and meth and guns.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, step your game up. I mean, these kids, they've been there, done that.
Honestly, it might be a bit off topic, but if you can drone in contraband to a prison, why can't some of these super powerful, rich villain types that are in prison get air flown out of prison? Have a small helicopter or something come in, drop down, pick them up, they grab onto it, they fly away. The prison doesn't have a helicopter.
We're on the list again. We're on the list again. I'm sorry. This time it's not my fault. I wasn't giving the cartels any ideas. Honestly, how small do you think these people are, though? Like a drone? I don't know if it can carry a 200-pound
drone. You would obviously need a full-on aircraft, but I'm just saying if there's open air, what are they going to do?
Yeah. Well, these days, though, I don't know who wants to leave prison. I mean, you just say that you're a woman and you get to go in the women's wing. You know how much fun that is for these guys.
My God.
Anyway, I've also got a video of the week. This one, I guess I should set it up a little bit. So another thing that happened this weekend that everybody's talking about is the protest that wasn't, the insurrection that wasn't. So yeah. So of course, January 6th was what it was. There's hundreds of political prisoners still locked up. So there's going to be a big protest in Washington, the first major one since then, to rally and say why these people should be released.
People are going to fall for that again.
Yeah, basically everybody on the internet's like, that's a trap. That's bait. That's bait.
They think we are as stupid as they are.
Yeah. So the whole internet, including Donald Trump, it wasn't just Peppy the Frog people. Donald Trump was like, don't go. It's a trap. They're just trying to set you up again. They had the protest. Now, before the protest, Nancy Pelosi locked down Washington again. They put the big, chain link fence around the Capitol. They put all these, weird 1984 cameras that had, face scanning technology and, location trackers. They put, hundreds of Capitol Police dressed up like SWAT team members. And just like everybody predicted, there were probably a whole bunch of feds there. And despite everything that was actually happening that was newsworthy, 15,000 Haitians at the border just walking across, they managed to put every reporter in the mainstream media in Washington. And a couple dozen actual protesters showed up and they had a nice, pleasant protest and then they went home. But apparently the reporters found one person that they were really interested in getting a scoop on. See the video? There's got to be 200, 300 people in this clip. Every single one of them works for a news agency.
Oh my God.
They're like, we spotted him. We spotted a MAGA person. Here, let's chase him. Let's ask him why he wants to overthrow the government. It's like 10, 20 years ago when somebody spotted Britney Spears leaving her house.
It really is. It really is like that. Celebrities, they're just like us.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. If you want to get swarmed, if you want to feel like Lindsay Lohan, I don't know, get a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, go to Washington, and they're gonna be like, look, we have one guy that's not a Fed.
It's wild. It's wild because if you're in a part of the country and you're wearing a MAGA hat, if you go to Washington D.C. with that, you're probably going to get labeled an insurrectionist and arrested by an undercover FBI agent. But if you wear a MAGA hat in the good parts of this country, you're going to get nothing but compliments.
Yeah, if you wear, I've got a shirt that says "Fuck Biden." If I wear that out in Tennessee, People are buying me beers. People are stopping like where they are. They're like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? Oh, you're my brother.
He's a popular guy. He gets discounts in stores because he wears Fuck Biden t-shirts.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, yeah, go to our Bonfire Shop. Bonfire Shop, WOM Podcast. If you happen to live in one of those evil insurrection parts of the country, we've got a lot of shirts on there that will trigger people. And,
if you live in a good part of the country, you might get some free beer, so
yeah.
Go for it.
If you live in Washington, you'll get arrested by people like this. Here's some pictures of some people that were at this rally. These are the protesters that showed up. You notice anything?
I mean, they do look like cops.
Yeah, like
they do look like cops.
Everybody on the internet's passing around this photo. Just for the podcast listeners. So these guys all have like the tight, like military type haircuts. They're all wearing matching Ray-Ban sunglasses. For some reason, somebody told them to wear like shorts. Like honestly, they look like they should be going to like a fraternity party.
Yeah, police barbecue or something.
Yeah, maybe a police barbecue. They've got guns in their jorts. Because, of course, they got to be ready. I don't know which pocket they keep their badge in.
Oh, my God. This is insane. They look like they all work out together. Like, you can tell they do arm day and leg day at the same damn time.
Yeah, they look like they were all made in the same printing press. Like,
yeah.
It looks like that Eminem video where everybody's Eminem. You remember that one?
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Will the real insurrectionists please stand up? I guess these guys probably are the real insurrectionists. It just didn't work this time, guys. The internet saw you, they made fun of you, and now we have memes like this one.
Oh, no!
Where we've got half-naked Hunter Biden, and he's also wearing his stunner shades.
Oh, lovely.
And he's hanging out with him. One more video before we get into the Stack of Stupidity. One more thing from the FBI Fed rally, the Fed Boy protest. It's actually a video of the one person at the protest that got arrested.
Oh.
Yeah.
They managed to get one person. What an accomplishment.
Yeah, so you see the SWAT teams, or the SWAT team people from the Capitol Police, and they're arresting some guy with sunglasses and really short hair.
Sorry, is that a child?
Oh no, he's an undercover agent. They're arresting him, and he's like, check my pocket.
Oh my God, he looks so small compared to the fucking Mega Men that are arresting him. Darth Vader Mega Men suits.
Yeah, they're wearing 200 pounds of Kevlar.
Like, Jesus, I thought he was a child.
They look like the Steel City Enforcer. But yeah, he's like, check my pocket, that's my badge, I'm actually with the FBI. Yeah, there's my service revolver over there in my other pocket. I'm just here like you guys, just trying to arrest the white supremacist, neo-Nazi Trump supporter. Now, like the couple dozen people that actually did go to the protest are all like, see? This is what we're talking about. Hey, Fed, what's your name, Fed boy? It's total clown show, guys.
Oh my God, that's one way to put it. I think it's an apocalyptic hellscape. But anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
If you want to join the show, we're going to get into the stack now. Go ahead and give us a call on our hotline. It's 813-906-9099. Or you can email us at thewaronmorons@gmail.com. Or better yet, just hit us up in the comments. Hit us up on MeWe, Gab, Facebook. Leave us a comment in the chat. And like we mentioned, I mean, if you really want to support the show, trigger some people, get some free beers depending on where you live, go to our online shop, Bonfire, buy one of our new t-shirts.
Yes, free beers or get arrested or maybe get shot.
Living on the edge, folks.
Anyway, now time for the Stack of Stupidity. So, speaking of living on the edge, let's live a little dangerously and start things off with a story that just might get us kicked off of YouTube for good.
Oh, okay.
And if they don't catch it, I know we've been talking for a while. Sometimes they stop paying attention after a certain amont of time.
Yeah, we can sneak some stuff in.
Yeah. If they don't catch it, it'll probably end our Facebook stream because it's about Facebook. So a post really revealed the agenda, and I thought it was beautiful. So a TV station in Michigan, it was like a local news station, I think it was an ABC station, they made a post on Facebook, and they were fishing for people to interview for a very slanted story.
Okay.
So the post asked people to provide stories about people that they have in their families or another loved one that they have who died because they were not vaccinated.
Oh.
Because, of course, they want to they want to spread that story that if you don't get the shot, you're a dead man walking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can guess what happened instead.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, so what ended up happening instead was a literal deluge of comments. At last check, it was like 60, 70,000 shares, even more comments. And like I sat there and read like 30 minutes worth of these. And I didn't see anybody who was going along with the narrative they were trying to paint as like a big problem. They were all saying, oh yeah, I have a loved one that died. They took the vaccine and then they died the next day. They had a heart attack. Oh, I've got a cousin that got sterilized. Oh, I've got a friend that got paralyzed. And it was like story after story after story, really heartbreaking examples of people saying, yes, we have something that you need to investigate. Why are our friends and family members getting COVID, getting weird, horrible symptoms, dying after they take these shots?
It's a mystery, and nobody's going to find out the answer because nobody cares to investigate this stuff.
No, I'm honestly surprised they didn't just, like, delete the post and just, like, kind of like that meme of Homer Simpson going back into the shrubbery.
Right?
They left it up long enough that it just completely went viral. The closest I found to anybody that was actually saying anything positive about the shots was they were like, oh yeah, I've got, I think they said like their parents. They're like, yeah, my mom and my dad, they took the shots. They got COVID a few weeks later, but they're better now. So I'm glad that they took it.
Well, maybe you should read some of the other comments, bud.
Yeah, so I guess you could call that a fail, especially because at last I checked, they did not do a story on the real problems. So.
Amazing. They'll find someone,
Yeah.
a paid actor or a Fed boy or something will come on and preach the horrors of the unvaccinated.
It's almost like they have a lot of big pharma commercials on during their programming or something.
It's suspicious. Anyways, I mean, while we're asking people about the jabs, a new poll shows that 14% of the vaccinated Americans have actually dumped their friends over their vaccine stance.
I'm actually surprised it's that low.
I am too.
14%. Maybe that's just the number of friends they had left after the election.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mean to sound like a total extremist here, but I haven't visited my family in a year? Maybe more. Because they're vaccinated, and I just can't be around that.
I mean, it's the world we live in these days. So I guess 14%, that's 1 out of 7 people. I guess when you look at it that way, it seems a little higher. And that's just people that are willing to admit it. But like I've heard stories, there are people that are getting divorced. They're ending like 20-year relationships because they're like, oh, well, she got vaccinated.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, if you go out and put mutant DNA into your body, I might have some questions too. I mean, that's a pretty big step to take.
Yeah, and if how hardcore people get on the other end of this too. So, I mean, this just goes to show the widening divide of America. Like, honestly, I saw something the other day with Sarah Silverman of all people talking about like a national divorce. I mean, I don't think they even need to make it official. I think it's fucking happened. We are 2 different countries.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess that's a little bit of a downer, but speaking of the shots, well, they might not have done anything to stop the spread, but don't say they haven't had an impact. In just a matter of months, they've actually turned the most hardcore of liberals into cheerleaders for Big Pharma. Did you ever think that was possible?
Congratulations, guys. You completely sold out for no good reason.
There's Bernie bros out there, and they might as well have like a NASCAR jacket on there that says like Pfizer.
Oh my God.
And Moderna, AstraZeneca. But they've not only turned into cheerleaders for Big Pharma, this one might even be harder to believe. So they're actually into eviction-happy landlords.
What?
Yeah, so I got a story here with Occupy Democrats. Of course, they're a pretty hardcore organization on the left. It shows a post from their Twitter from just last month, from August, when there was that debate going on between the Senate and Biden about the eviction moratorium.
Okay.
And they're just like, Republicans bad. How dare they? They want to throw you out in the street if you don't pay your rent for a year. How dare they? They're heartless idiots. And 1 month later, They're like, ooh, a large Florida landlord just announced that they're going to begin requiring all new and existing tenants to provide proof of in.
Yay!
You don't want to get vaccinated? Well, you have to move. And if you don't, we will evict you. And then there's basically like the clapping hands emoji.
Yeah, they're like, retweet if you support the landlords. Yay!
So that's some cognitive dissonance, right?
I would think so.
I mean, who are they gonna be cheering
The
for next?
landlord, honestly, I love it. The landlords, or shall we call them the overlords now at this point, are basically enforcing the rules that the Democrats want to see. So, I mean, do the overlords want to get paid? Sure they do. But that's not important. I mean, paying them isn't important. What's really important is that they throw people out on the street if they don't follow the narrative.
It's almost like they don't have principle. Like
It's like going back to literal landlords, like when we had kings and queens and
landlords, yeah.
Like the landlords are going to start getting their money from like the federal government, aka the king or queen, and then
like a feudal system.
It's like a feudal system. Yeah, it basically is.
And then all the all those dirty, filthy purebloods out there that won't. Like back
we'll
then.
We'll have to live underground, folks.
It'll be like
tunneling.
It'll be like, what's that show on Netflix with the fairy people?
Oh yeah, Disenchantment.
Disenchantment. I know that sounds like the worst way to describe it. That show on Netflix with the fairy people. You're probably like, yeah, you mean all of them? Like it's total gay. No, I'm not talking about that. It's like from the guy that makes The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's actually good. If you pirate Netflix, check it out.
Yes.
But yeah, they had people living underground that are like, disgusting mutants and freaks.
Right, exactly.
Except for it's going to be the opposite. The mutants and freaks are going to be allowed in polite society. They're just going to have to stay in their little box in the city and make sure that they keep paying tribute.
All right. Well, looking forward to cave dwelling.
It's going to be awesome.
Meanwhile, in Oklahoma, one pastor is literally selling religious exemptions for the vaccine mandates in exchange for donations. And, that's the state of the world we live in now.
I feel like it's like that guy, Ken Copeland. You know the guy, that crazy pastor? They put him in all those remix videos. Like, I know that it's not him, because he's in Florida, but I can picture him doing that, like, oh, you just gotta pay me some money, and I'll give you you don't have to get the vaccine, because you tithe.
I mean, to be fair, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it's pretty clever, but to be honest, I don't think that they care about religious freedom in this country anymore. I mean, certainly not any more than they care about our freedom to bear arms, or our freedom of speech, or anything like that. So, I mean, it's an interesting idea, but I don't really know how much it'll hold up.
It doesn't work for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Pay me money, I'm a pastor, and then I'll sign a waiver for you.
Not because I believe it's God's will or anything like that. No, because you paid me. I love it. But, this guy will actually fit in really great. He has some career aspirations, and I think he's going to do really well based on this move alone.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, he's 29 years old, and he's a hotshot pastor, man. I mean, he's got big dreams. So he's also running for the U.S. Senate in 2022.
Well, yeah, you put it that way. I think he'll win.
I think he's going to do just fine.
I mean, he'll really fit in Washington, except for it'll be a little bit different. He'll be like, hey, you pay me some money, and then I'll pass bills. That'll be completely in your favor.
I wonder if he's a rhino.
I think so. Oklahoma, man. I don't think you need to show any kind of vax card or whatever in Oklahoma.
Yeah, can you
I don't
imagine
think they care.
going to Oklahoma and they're like, can I see your vaccine passport? I don't think so.
Yeah, now get the rope.
I don't think so.
Anyway, moving on from the vaccine thing, finally. But staying with the clergy, got a weird story here out of Scandinavia. So in Sweden, we've got a gay priest who refuses to wed same-sex couples.
Okay, you know what? That doesn't...
No, he refuses to wed straight couples.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's a gay priest. He'll only do the wedding if you're gay.
That seems... I thought that God wanted us to turn the other cheek. This guy's just being petty as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, they've only allowed same-sex marriage in Sweden for like 10 years. But now he's like, you know what? That's all we're going to do. Only the gay, the man and the man, the woman and the woman.
This is ridiculous.
It's not very... I mean, he's not very forward-thinking here.
No, certainly not.
Who's he going to be marrying in 20 or 30 years?
Maybe gay mutants.
Well, yeah. By then they'll figure out the surgery. Or no, I know he'll be marrying Muslims.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, he'll have
there
to convert. I don't know how that's going to work for him. He's going to go down to the mosque to get frocked or whatever they do, and they're just going to throw him off a roof.
Oh my god.
All right.
Well, look, speaking of going woke, as it seems that guy was trying to do, it's been a while since we checked in with crazy white people on TikTok ranting about racism in front of a rainbow flag, hasn't it?
I mean, it's been a week? We don't have to do it again, do we?
Oh, yes, we do.
All right. I guess we'll watch.
Roll the film.
Okay, well, what are those positive behaviors? And it's things like making sure that you're following directions and making sure that you're sitting quietly and you are in your seat and all these things that come from white culture. The idea of just sitting quiet and being told stuff and taking things in a passive stance is not a thing that's in with many cultures.
What?
So if we're positively enforcing these behaviors, we are by extension positively enforcing elements of white culture, which therefore keeps whiteness at the center, which is the definition of white supremacy.
So this racist idiot feels that sitting still and quietly listening is a trait that only white people possess.
We just sat still and quietly listened to that fucking insane rant. Don't you like how at the end of all these TikToks, they have this like self-satisfied look on their face like, oh yeah, I owned you. There's no rebuttal to that. What's this guy? He's a high school teacher?
I mean, honest to God, what the hell is this dude's problem? That's the most racist thing I've ever heard in my life.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's been to a movie theater.
You're telling me other cultures don't have quiet pursuits like reading and writing and learning?
Well, I don't understand how he's supposed to...
You know this guy when he goes to a movie theater. He, like, celebrates the stereotype of, like, black people who are, like, talking through the whole movie and, like, you know, shit like that.
Speak your truth, Shaniqua.
That's it. And if you have a problem with it, you're racist.
People are like, hey, I'm trying to watch the movie. Shut up, you racist.
And, like, nobody's even doing it because, like, that's not really a true thing that happens.
He's probably shouting at them to do it.
He's probably shouting at them to do it. You don't have to sit quietly. I know what's in your heart.
Like, you know, hey, you know that killer's hiding somewhere. Shout something out, girl.
Tell him what for.
So this guy is a fucking high school teacher, and he's saying that he doesn't expect people to pay attention. I wouldn't pay attention to his class.
No, I sure as shit would not pay attention to his class.
I don't know. I feel like we have one of these fucking weirdos every week, so.
Since when are teachers allowed on TikTok? Like, I thought teachers weren't allowed to, like, I've heard of teachers getting fired because parents saw them out drinking at a local restaurant. Like, since when are teachers allowed to go on TikTok and speak their views?
Since when have teachers been, like, fresh out of college and all these teachers are like...
Hold on. You thought that guy was fresh out of college?
He looked like he's like 22 years old.
He had a head of gray hair.
I think they dye their hair gray for some reason.
God.
I don't know what's wrong with these fucking people. Anyway, we're getting a call here. Area code 480. I think I can take this one. Hello, caller. You're on with the War on Morons. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Mackenzie and Stumpy. How you doing?
Good, Mackenzie. How's it going? Was it Arizona?
Yeah, Arizona State. Woo!
Go Sun Devils!
That's right. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm calling because, like, that guy, I don't know why you guys are making fun of him. He's totally right. Like, totally right. Like, I can't go to class. I can't do any of those things because, like, it's totally racist. And I'm just, like, not going to be a part of it, you know?
So you're talking about that TikTok teacher we just showed? It's racist to sit still and listen to the professor, huh?
Yes, I wish more of my professors would listen to forward-thinking teachers like him. Honestly, like, it has never sat right with me, the idea of, like, sitting still and listening in class. Like, I guess maybe it's because I grew up with, like, a lot of black friends, but yeah, it just has never sat well with me. And so I can't be a part of it.
I'm sorry, I mean, Mackenzie, that sounds a little bit racist. You got black friends, so you can't sit still?
Where did you go to school? DeVry University?
I mean, if I did, that would have been a more reputable school than ASU.
Okay, you know what? ASU is a very good school, okay? We have a lot of fun here. We work hard and we play hard. And I got into the school to make a difference. And that's what I'm doing. Like, I'm not going to class. I'm not participating in the white patriarchy bullshit.
How much is your tuition every year? Are you paying it?
Oh, well, no, I mean, I'm not paying it, but, like, it doesn't really matter because, like, you just show up for 4 years, and at the end of 4 years, they slap a degree on you and call it a day. Woo! But, you know, I mean, I don't even know who my professors are. I just know that they're all old white dudes. So, like, what would they know about the future, you know?
So, what are you doing there? You don't go to class? Apparently you don't. Why are you even there?
Why am I here? Dumb question. Obviously for networking and partying. I mean, I really hang out with all my friends. I have a lot of like multicultural friends and we have a really good time and we, you know, just kind of live in the moment. We do like, you know, a lot of social justice progress. So like we're dismantling the old world and we're building a new world. And so like that's what we're spending our time doing, you know, like mostly it's just smoking weed, but you know, we do have parties every other night, and, you know, we go to protest whenever there's a protest, something we can protest, and we just sort of, you know, hang out, chill, party, and it's a really good time. And these people, you know, I'm going to know them for the rest of my life. Like, I have built a network, and, like, we are going to rebuild the future. Like, it does not matter what goes on in those lecture halls at all.
Honestly, you're probably right. I don't know how I feel about it, but I wouldn't be surprised, Mackenzie, if one day you are the next president of the United States.
Hell yeah. All right. Later.
Bye. Well, hey, that's a vision of the future, huh?
A horrifying vision of the future. Did she say she smokes weed all day and she thinks that's somehow, like, a good use of her college time?
I mean, to be fair, that's not new.
Okay. Well,
a lot of the other stuff is new, but I mean, yikes. I guess we can just transition right on to the worst run place in the world.
Starting off with ASU.
I kind of feel like we could. But no, we'll start things off in Massachusetts this week, where I'm actually surprised we haven't put them on there yet.
No, we have only been doing this a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and they're pretty awful. But yeah, in Massachusetts this week, we've got hundreds of unfilled driver positions that have led the state to have to call in National Guard troops to bus kids to school.
How is that a matter for the National Guard?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's not the worst thing they've done this year. But they've got 250 National Guardsmen that are school bus drivers. Apparently, too many people are getting sick or dying, or maybe just refusing the vaccines for them to actually keep certified school bus drivers employed. So they did the only thing that they could think of. They brought in an army.
I mean, I have to say, I don't know if this is very poorly run. It seems like it's fairly well organized for a shit show. However, I will say, terrifying that they think that the indoctrination of our children is a military matter.
Honestly,
that's a lot.
they've been indoctrinated by a lot worse people lately. I mean, if you asked me about this 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you're like, yeah, we're going to have troops in full regalia. They're going to drive the little brats to school.
Oh my God.
Maybe do a little recruiting on the side.
I mean, it does smell like the Hitler Youth, doesn't it?
A little bit. I would have been a little worried, but nowadays I'm like, well, shit, at least they're not going to try to chop their dicks off.
Yeah, at least it's not a pedophile Lyft driver.
Yeah, like in Chicago.
Yeah.
Either way, I think this will make for some good content. They got cameras on those school buses. I mean, if kids in Massachusetts are anything like their parents, they're going to get a little mouthy. I think we could see some situations.
I think so.
But yeah, in case you wondered, in a state that's got so many people dropping of the COVID that they need to bring in the fucking National Guard to bus kids to school, Massachusetts actually has the highest vaccination rate in the nation. So I'm just shocked. I don't understand how
it is puzzling. It is
Yeah.
puzzling how it's almost like the more vaccines, the more problems.
It seems that way, but that's I that couldn't possibly be it. I follow the science. And by science, I don't mean anything to do with science.
Right. Well, meanwhile, on the other side of the country, and I'm not talking about California this time, a Las Vegas high school made the headlines for pepper spraying an entire crowd of students. Yes, that's right, an entire crowd of students. Why? Well, 2 of them were fighting.
I mean, that never happens. I
Never
never saw any fights when I was in high school.
No, and I mean, honestly, that's the only appropriate response. 2 kids are fighting, so you pepper spray 50 of them.
Well, maybe the school cop or whoever it was that had access to pepper spray was like, look, I know I'll get in trouble if I touch these kids. I know.
Did anybody else find it to be a red flag when we started needing cops in schools?
Yeah, it's kind of an issue.
Was that really the best solution we could come up with? Anyways, incidentally, this same school district has had reports of students being force-masked.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We had a story last week, I think it was from Nevada. Somebody, duct taped a mask to the kid or whatever.
And then, an entire school of not being served meals during a day due to social distancing.
Who needs breakfast? Who needs lunch?
Right.
6 feet, motherfucker.
And an assistant principal who literally assaulted a child because they wore a MAGA hat to class. So, good job, Las Vegas.
I'm assuming that homeschool rates in Las Vegas might be going up lately.
I mean, I really feel like these kids are in some kind of concentration camp. It's not school anymore. They're going to a place where they're being starved, they're being forced to wear masks, they're being attacked for their political beliefs, they're being pepper sprayed by association.
They don't even do that shit in prison. No wonder that gang in our earlier story was dropping the contraband off. The schools are worse than the prisons.
Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to think McKinsey out there at ASU has the right idea.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Great Britain. I'm starting to wonder if it's aptly named these days, but Britain has made the list once again. I feel like they've actually, in some form, made the list every week that we've done this.
Look at their fearless leader.
Yeah. I guess, a guy like that's running the country. You're gonna be the worst.
You got some problems.
So they're having a bunch of climate protests in Britain, and it's gotten
productive. Gather all the farts in one place.
Yeah, it's gotten a little out of control. So this happened last week. So climate protesters in London, they blocked a major road. They caused a dangerous pileup. So a massive car crash. And a woman had to be airlifted to a hospital with serious injuries.
Well, honestly, what's wrong with killing people to make your point? Climate change is going to kill us all.
I think that's kind of their, honestly, they're probably wishing that they killed more people.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I feel like they think that, sacrifice one to save many is kind of what they're doing here.
Yeah.
They're not, but that's what they think.
I don't know why they don't just volunteer and lead the way.
Why don't they just go, here's a couple more productive things you could do to protest climate change than causing car accidents and deaths, okay? Get all the ice out of your freezer and go dump it in the Thames River. What else? Build a giant fan and start fanning the countryside.
Blow those cow farts somewhere else. Huh?
Yes, exactly. You know what? Or actually, instead of killing people, why don't you kill the cows? Just go on a cow murdering spree. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas that'll keep these people busy and away from the general population.
They kind of used to do that. Remember they used to club seals? They'd all gather around and
whatever happened to the good old days?
Huh? Yeah. Or when they'd go and free all the animals that were getting tested on, and then they'd all immediately die. They'd release them into the wild and they'd get eaten, or they just starve to death. I mean,
I miss those times, don't you?
yeah. But yeah, climate change protesters, that wasn't even the only thing. They've been doing this like every other day out there.
It's really not even a function of the climate change protesters. I mean, how the hell is it that, like, the police and, everything didn't prevent these people from getting on the motorway in the first place?
They're disarmed. Great Britain, the only country in the world that doesn't even arm its fucking police.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we can't exactly point the finger there. I remember not too long ago, in the distant year of 2020, our police people were letting our protesters for our Black Lives Matter storm the freeways, too.
I wonder if they just took a knee.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe they should bring in that, like, that assistant principal or whatever in Las Vegas. He'll fuck them up.
Oh, my God. All right, well, back in America, kind of. Oregon's back on the list. The labor crisis has gotten so insanely bad that a McDonald's in Oregon is seeking to hire 14 and 15-year-olds. Maybe they haven't been indoctrinated by communism yet.
Haven't they, I thought McDonald's had, like, robots by now. I guess the robots can take the orders, but they can't flip the burgers yet.
You know, it is a shame, yeah. They still need somebody in the back of the house. I would think they'd want it to be the other way around.
Yeah, because I don't want some 14-year-old cooking my food. I've seen enough episodes of Beavis and Butthead. I've seen Waiting. I know what happens.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I understand that, working at McDonald's, a 14 and 15-year-old is probably capable of that, monumental level of responsibility. I think I could understand, but is this really what the world is coming to? We're moving towards child labor now?
We're almost there. I mean, 14, you're barely even a teenager at that point. I just love that I'm looking at this picture. They hung a giant banner. Like, this banner is the width of the building, and it's just very proud, bright yellow colors. Now hiring 14 and 15-year-olds.
I am surprised that you see the little McDonald's logo in the corner. I am surprised that you don't also see the NAMBLA logo in the other corner. It does seem a little bit, hey, kids, come on in. It's a little suspicious.
We'll give you a discount on Big Macs.
It is a little odd.
I think it's just amazing because Oregon is not exactly leading the way with their economy right now. Like, the adults aren't working.
Yeah.
Like, the adults aren't working. They're sitting around. They're collecting unemployment.
No, call it
Netflix.
an early retirement. If you start working at 6, you can retire by 17.
And you can be dead by 30. Logan's Run, guys. We're going to have Logan's Run. Anyway, speaking of McDonald's, what do you say I know we usually keep it to, like, countries and cities and states. Why don't we count the corporation in the segment?
Okay, I'm down.
Because I think, McDonald's, if you count all their employees, they're probably the size of a small country.
Yeah, I agree.
So I've got a story here about a McDonald's diner who's horrified.
A diner, not a diner.
Yeah, somebody that was eating at McDonald's. And, of course, again, this was in Britain.
Wait, I'm sorry, what am I looking at here?
You don't want to know. You don't want to. So this guy goes to McDonald's and gets his breakfast sandwich. And because he's got OCD, he opens a sandwich every time.
Who the hell opens their sandwich?
Well, this guy probably will either always do that from now until the rest of time, or he'll never do it again. In fact, he's vowed to go vegan because he opened a sandwich and he saw a nipple in his bacon roll.
Oh, God, that's so gross.
To be fair, pigs do have a lot of nipples.
That's so gross. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, guys, be glad that I'm not putting the picture up on the screen here. It's pretty nasty.
McDonald's! I know you're hiring 14 and 15-year-olds, but could you train them to not put nipple meat on the sandwiches? Jeez.
Yeah, if your bacon has areolas, there's an issue.
Yeah, if your burger patty has a dick and balls, maybe throw that one away.
So, I mean, yeah, I get it. He's going vegan. He's never going to eat meat again, he says.
Wait till he finds out what they put in the soy.
Yeah, I was going to say, why doesn't he just not eat McDonald's again?
See, that would be a better option.
And for God's sake, if you're listening, do not open your sandwiches. Just, Think of it like you know that old saying, like you don't want to know how the sausage is made.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know what's in your fucking McDonald's food. I'm pretty sure. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised there was a nipple in it. I would have actually been a little bit glad because that proves it was real meat.
Yeah, you know, it's less processed than I thought.
Yeah. So,
all right. Well, finally, look on the bright side, folks. Finally, let's go down to Mexico, where, get this, they're giving away a notorious drug kingpin safe house in a lottery.
Okay, that's,
Seems like the winner might be, biting off a little more than they could chew.
I don't know if I'd want to win.
I don't think the winner's really a winner here. Yeah, El Chapo's safe house is, what they're giving away in the Mexican lottery, and, I feel like that's a monkey's paw. I feel like that's a real monkey's paw.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard all these stories about people that win the lottery and they don't even want to get they don't want their picture on the news. They don't want their name to be released.
It's cursed, right?
Well, yeah, because everybody's gonna be asking you for money, or if you're in the wrong neighborhood, if you know the wrong people, somebody might try to rob you.
So many people go bankrupt after winning the lottery.
But they're gonna be like, we're gonna stick you in El Chapo's safe house. I'm sure nobody knows where that is. That's dangerous. That, I mean, being Mexico, might have access to a fucking army.
The only way I could see this going well, the only way, I'll tell you what it is. You win El Chapo's safe house, turn that shit into an Airbnb.
I was gonna say, just give it right back to El Chapo.
Turn that shit into an Airbnb.
I would do the opposite. I'd win, and I'd be like, oh my god, I did not mean to win, Mr. El Chapo. I will sign over your safe house back to you.
Why would you ever want to deal with El Chapo, in business or otherwise?
I wouldn't want to. That's why I'd give it back to him,
No,
I'd just get the fuck out of Mexico.
Then you still have to deal with the title transfer. I'd just say, El Chapo, if you're out there, feel free to book on Airbnb. Here's my link. You get a discount code. Ta-da!
That's an idea. I love how this Mexico has an institute to return stolen goods to the people.
Well,
how many stolen goods do they have that they have an entire institute devoted to redistributing it?
Well, El Chapo maybe he was a real estate mogul in his spare time.
Maybe he has more than one house. Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my god. Anyways, we're getting a call in. Should we take this one?
Yeah, why not?
All right, it's area code 503, so buckle up here. Area code 503, you're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, yo, what up, what's good with it? It's Stumpy from the 503, Stumpy from Stumptown. What's good?
Hi, Stumpy, yeah.
Yo, hey, look, I gotta get straight to the point here, You talking about El Chapo. That's my dog.
What? That's your dog?
Yeah, El Chapo. I want to be just like El Chapo. They call me the El Chapo with a PDX. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm slanging, I'm banging, I'm gang banging. You know what I mean? You know what time it is, right?
Stumpy, you do know that drugs are still federally illegal, right? You probably shouldn't be calling up and saying all this.
Hey, Stumpy don't get frumpy when it comes to that dope. You know what I mean? I'm just serving it out to all the peeps. Everybody in Portland. You ask them, you say, yo, who the El Chapo or the N-Dub? It's Stumpy. I sing a lot of dope. So when I hear you say that El Chapo selling his house, I want to buy it. So how much?
No, he's not selling his house. The Mexican government seized it, and they're giving it away in the lottery.
Yo, that just means it's for sale. Stumpy gonna buy it. I sold a lot of dope last week. I got a few thousand, in the basement. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy El Chapo's house. How much it is?
I guess you're just gonna have to go buy a bunch of Mexican lottery tickets, Stumpy. I don't think they have a price on it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. I'll buy the Mexico lottery tickets. Or hey, even better, what's good with it is I'll give you dub sacks for lotto tickets. So if you got a Mexican lotto ticket and you give it to Stumpy hook you up with some dope. Cause I gotta get my hands on that house. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a stash in there. El Chapo got weight. I gotta get that stash.
God.
That's right. Stumpy it don't matter if I gotta spend every penny I got. Once I get El Chapo's house, I'm gonna tear it apart. I'm gonna find his dope, and then guess what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna slang it.
Oh my God, Stumpy, this is insane and stupid. Like, you know, it's one thing if you want to be some kind of like degenerate drug dealer out in Portland, but to start going international, I mean, that's really moronic.
Yo, I'm gonna be the new El Chapo. So, y'all, if you out there, if you got the Mexican lotto tickets, or if you want to buy some dope, just hit me up. It's the 503-642-13.
Okay, you know what? No, Stumpy. No. You are not dragging our show into your weird drug-fueled lottery ticket scam. I'm putting a stop to this.
I mean, what's with people trying to sell drugs on our show?
And what's with people admitting to crimes on our show? This isn't a confessional booth, okay?
Like, we don't have enough problems already. Like for instance, our sponsor this week. I mean, he's kind of doing the same thing.
Shit!
Yeah.
Hey yo, it's your boy Mark the Shark Santini. Everybody knows I go hard in the sales game all day. So hard, bro. But what you might not know is even our sharks gotta sleep. So what do I do at the end of the night when I'm on top of the sales board, but I'm too jacked up to close my eyes? Well, that's when I reach for my trusty bottle of Zan Relax. It's the only sleep aid formulation that's guaranteed to knock you out, bro. And here's the kicker, because it even works better when you wash it down with some booze. So you don't even have to skip happy hour, bro. So don't take my word for it, though. Just check out the satisfied customer. Listen to him. Hey, this is Rudy. I really love my Xanax Relaxes, especially when I'm coming down from my vitamins, amphetamine pills. It works just like them Xanax bars I steal from my granddaughter's pill bottles, except I don't gotta answer no questions from her bitch mom, who I guess is also my daughter, but you know. And also, I'm on them right now, so I probably won't remember none of this. But if you got a problem with me, I'll knock you the fuck out, just like the Xanax Relaxes will knock me out too. See, bro? Everyone's taking my newest supplement, and if you want to hit the hay as hard as you hit the day, just call 1-900-SANTINI. That's 1-900-SANTINI. Just $5.95 a minute. I'll change your life, bro.
Zan Relax is a trademark of Deepwater Enterprises Incorporated. Zan Relax is not a health supplement, is not FDA approved, and is not meant for human consumption. Do not take Zan Relax if you have consumed one or more alcoholic beverages, are operating a motor vehicle, or harbor deep-seated emotional trauma. If you experience vomiting, seizures, loss of consciousness, impaired coordination, or death, Mark Santini is not legally responsible. Please enjoy responsibly.
All right.
I mean, he did say he'd change your life, bro. Like, I feel like a crippling addiction to Xan Relax would absolutely change your life.
I mean, since when can you just, like, rebrand Xanax and amphetamines?
I mean, we all know what happened when people started smoking gas station weed. Why the hell would you want over-the-counter Xanax?
Well, if you're going to get over-the-counter Xanax, call Mark Santini.
Please do not.
We have to endorse it.
If you think that the vaccine kills people, I don't even want to know what Xan Relax does. Probably sends you to another dimension or some shit. Fuck.
I think that guy, the guy with the endorsement inside the endorsement, I think he'd like it.
Yeah.
What do they call that? A testimonial?
Yeah.
Yeah. The testimonial guy would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm in another dimension now." Anyway, what a show today. We're having fun. So, last segment, and, we didn't have anything in the worst run places in the world from this particular place this week, so I figured we'd, we do a little mini stack of Florida man stuff.
Woo! Love a good Florida man stack.
All right, so we got a few here. I like this one a lot. The first one is Florida man attacks mom's boyfriend with samurai sword.
Reasonable.
Over a can of missing shrimp.
Unreasonable.
So this is a 34-year-old man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in Volusia County. I don't know where the fuck that is, but he got arrested last week on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon because he got in a domestic disturbance when his mom's boyfriend allegedly stole a can of shrimp from him. And that was just, that's where he drew the line.
I mean, you live in Florida, son. You don't need to be eating canned shrimp. I didn't even know they made canned shrimp. And I've lived in places like West Virginia, Tennessee, and Colorado.
Yeah.
Canned shrimp. Imagine living in Florida and eating canned shrimp and getting so upset about the canned shrimp that you stab your mother's boyfriend with a samurai sword. Honestly, I think the mother's boyfriend had it coming for another reason. It could not have been over canned shrimp.
He was stealing canned shrimp. I mean, if it's bad enough that he owned canned shrimp, the other guy was stealing. Like, maybe that was his hurricane supplies.
This family deserves each other. They are some canned shrimp-eating motherfuckers.
What I like is it didn't even start with the samurai sword. Like, it wasn't just like a moment of passion over the canned shrimp. No, he started off by grabbing some knives out of a drawer and throwing them at him.
Oh, I thought we were going Edward Scissorhands. Okay, we're throwing knives.
No, he was throwing knives at him. Like, I just picture this, if I was going to do a reenactment. Where my can of shrimp? Where my can of shrimp, motherfucker? That's right, I am a motherfucker. I fucked your mama. Oh, that's it. I'm getting my knives. Give me my shrimp. You can't throw knives worth shit. Yeah, fuck you. I'm getting my samurai sword.
Really, stop it.
And then that's one thing led to another. What do they say? Yada yada yada. Now they're all in jail.
I mean, it just goes to show you that some people really shouldn't be allowed to live on their own. There are some adults out there that really do need our support, and we should bring the asylums back because these men need to be in padded rooms.
Yeah, well, it gets even better. So when the police came, they took some statements. I wish this was on Cops. This is what Cops is made for.
Oh, man.
So the guy said he claimed that he couldn't remember anything because, quote, I went into code red and I lost my temper.
So this man experiences blackout rage over canned shrimp.
And apparently, heart problems because he started complaining of chest pains and had to be taken to the hospital.
Yeah, it's probably all that canned shrimp he's been eating.
Yeah.
So. Have I said canned shrimp enough times in this segment?
Canned shrimp.
All right, let's move on. If you think that was a crazy headline, boy, it was. Check this one out. I lost my marbles. A Florida woman tries to steal a fire engine after consuming a magic potion.
Okay, I'm just going to pause you right there.
Yeah, go
because
for
the
it.
last story, we had a dude attacking people with swords.
Sure.
Now we have somebody drinking magic potions? Like, is this a state or is this an RPG video game?
It's both!
Oh my god.
So basically, she was charged with Grand Theft Auto after attempting to steal a fire engine and acting just a little bit erratic.
I think stealing the fire engine is the erratic part.
I mean, if you have to add acting erratic on top of stealing a fire engine, I need more description. I'm going to need more information on what was erratic on top of stealing the fire engine. So this happened up near St. Augustine, and basically when police asked her if she needed treatment, she was just saying, basically she responded yes, and then she ran away again. So she just continued running, continued all that stuff, and then, finally, when they finally captured her and she stopped running away like a scamp, she started making spontaneous statements. Apparently she didn't pay attention when they read her Miranda rights. So she was like, I'm sorry for trying to take the truck. I lost my marbles.
Oh, all is forgiven.
I lost my marbles back there. But when I asked if she was under the influence of anything, she told police that she had taken the elixir of life.
That's the magic potion part.
That's the magic potion?
The elixir of life. How much you want to bet that's some meth?
I mean, I just imagine that, like, the meth in Florida gives you, like, a sensation of, like, you know when you get the star in Mario Kart and you turn rainbow and the music goes and you're just invincible and nothing can stop you? I feel like that's what Florida meth is like.
It's like putting the Mario Kart star in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
that's not how I picture it.
I love it. No, the Grand Theft Auto guy running around causing all that mayhem, but he's invincible and all he can see is fucking rainbow colors.
That's right.
All right, well, one more Florida story here. This was actually out of Seminole County, where Seminole County students have been vandalizing the high school to the point where it made the Orlando news. So apparently there's this new TikTok challenge. It's called Devious Licks. And it's costing the district of Seminole County high schools or whatever thousands and thousands of dollars, because this TikTok trend is just going to school and destroying and stealing things.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, I thought, and see, this would be more on brand for TikTok teenagers. It's called the Devious Licks Challenge. I felt like it would be teenagers going to school and licking things.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was the original intention, but I guess licks is also like, it's slang for stealing. So basically, the Devious Licks is like, there's some song that goes with it, some horrible fucking gutter rap song, and then like you show your backpack, and you're like, yeah, here's my devious lick, and then you unzip your backpack, and you've got like, I don't know, like a book bag or a book that you stole from class.
Come on, I mean, look, I know the schools are underfunded or whatever. I know the teachers are broke, but really, I mean, how could this possibly be costing the school that much money? I mean, how much chalk and how much number 2 pencils are these kids stealing?
Oh no, they're not stealing chalk. They're not stealing pencils. They're not stealing books. They're stealing whole fucking toilets out of the bathroom.
What?
They're stealing the soap dispensers. They're stealing the fire extinguishers. They're stealing sinks. And apparently it's not just at Seminole. This is just where I saw the story. This is a nationwide problem. It's a nationwide epidemic.
I can't tell if these children are preparing to become the new home flippers of the future with a potential HGTV show, or if they're preparing for the apocalypse where we have to steal copper wiring and strip buildings that we've taken over just to survive.
I think they're just preparing for a crippling meth addiction when you have to steal copper wiring to survive.
That's the third option, yeah.
Yeah, some of these TikToks, so you know how they keep the trophies in like a little, like behind some glass? Well, they stole all the trophies. And other students, they aren't even stealing things, they're just destroying things. So they like go to the bathroom and they kick the doors off of all the bathroom stalls. And they're like, yo, devious licks.
Oh my god!
It's honestly, it's fucking insane. And I've got some video. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
Wow, how impressive.
He just tore the exit sign. Here it is. Oh, this guy stole an entire desk. What did this guy steal?
Hey man, you already know who it is. Your boy Lil B. Hey man, it's that Hoop Life mixtape. This that pretty boy music. If you're on the streets, man, you wanna get him and you got bitches like this. You feel me?
Can't find one of those anywhere else.
Is that it? Oh no, there's another one.
You already know who it is. Your boy Lil B. Hey man, it's that Hoop Life mixtape. This that pretty boy music. If you're on the streets, man, you wanna get him and you got bitches
somebody's
like
crutches.
this.
Oh, that's lovely.
And a bunch of other medical stuff. Alright, so yeah, Devious Licks. Those aren't, I mean, none of those were the extremely destructive ones we were reading about. I guess except for the first guy that jumped up in the air, ripped the exit sign, and then like tore a huge hole in the ceiling.
Don't most schools have security cameras? Like, I never walked through a school and felt like, hey, nobody's gonna see me do this. Like,
I mean, these kids are all committing crimes. They're gonna go to jail.
Love it. Love it.
I mean, it's going on your permanent record, kids. But,
oh, yeah.
Hey, ooh, wow, you got some fucking TikTok likes. I mean, Jesus, TikTok, I mean, Trump was right about TikTok.
Well, yeah, and you know what? Here's another story to prove it, actually. Another degenerate TikTok trend, or if you could call it that. So basically, what you can do is go to the railroad track. Go to the railroad track if you want to make a popular TikTok, and put a toddler on it, and take a selfie.
What?
You heard me.
Was it the Snidely Whiplash Challenge? They're sticking their babies on railroad tracks?
It is disturbing. It is disturbing. But basically, railroad tracks are the trendiest new place to take your family pictures, to take pictures of your kids, to take couple pictures, any kind of picture really. Nothing says I'm cool, I'm trendy, I'm sexy, like risking your life on a railroad track.
Boy, I mean, I can't wait until they get to the Russian roulette challenge.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if you've ever been near a railroad track, but you know, they certainly do have a certain appeal. They're dangerous, they're loud, they're ugly, and they're dirty.
That's a really mean thing to say about people's toddlers.
No.
No, I mean, this is insane. I'm looking at these pictures here, and there's just, like, entire families just camping out on there. They're sticking their babies on the tracks. Like, I mean, these people, honestly, I mean, they shouldn't be reproducing. But they should be lying on railroad tracks.
Yeah.
They got half of it right.
Half of it right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
All right. Well, since we're talking about TikTok and stupid pranks, we've got another one here. This one actually I think is kind of funny. So there's a wild video on TikTok, at least according to the New York Post, of a troll eating the world's biggest burger in front of a group of vegan protesters.
Honestly, bravo, sir.
Yeah, so
Bravo.
this one's from the UK, because apparently the UK is just nothing but protest now.
Why do the vegans need to protest?
So you know they're vegan. Why
can't they just be vegan?
There's been a lockdown lately. They don't get to interact with as many people. They don't get to tell as many people that they don't eat meat. So they need to stage protest in order to do it.
Have they heard of this thing called TikTok?
Yeah, they should be the ones. They should have like an eat a salad challenge. I'm sure that would. Maybe they could do that while they're half naked. Then it would get a little bit of a run.
I mean, imagine if we did this. I mean, this guy actually did a great job. But imagine if him and a bunch of his friends went out and protested veganism. I think that's insane. Like, you should not be allowed to eat what you want to eat because reasons.
That just makes me want to eat more meat.
Yeah, absolutely. Sign me the fuck up.
It reminds me of that scene from PCU. You ever see that movie?
No.
It's a good movie. It's like it's from like 1992 or something. John Favreau's in it.
Ahead of its time, I see.
Yeah, it's like a college campus movie. But they had the scene where the vegans are protesting, and then like the pranksters get a bunch of raw meat and just start like chucking that at them, and it was funny. So yeah, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with eating a giant hamburger in front of a bunch of annoying protesters.
Honestly, I find it funny that the protesters got triggered by this man eating a giant hamburger.
Yeah, like they're reeing again. Anyway.
All right, looks like we got one more call coming in from area code 561. You up for it? It's a Florida man.
I really don't want to talk to another. Why don't you take it?
Oh, fine. All right. Area code 561. You're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mom, this is Delroy Brown calling you from Riviera Beach, Florida.
Oh,
what's going on? What's good?
Yeah, Delroy, we're fine.
Why you talking? No, I want to call in because you're talking all that crazy mess. What the? You talking? Eat a hamburger, make somebody mad? Why?
You know what? You're right, Delroy. Why does that make somebody mad? It's bullshit, right?
No, I mean, I of course, I got my restaurant here in Riviera Beach on Blue Heron Boulevard. You come on down. It's One Love Caribbean Restaurant. We don't serve no hamburger, but I don't get mad if somebody eat a hamburger. I get mad if they don't eat in a restaurant. But I never heard nothing in my life. Somebody getting mad eat a hamburger. Why?
Well, because they're vegan, Delroy. I mean, vegans are crazy.
What's a vegan?
A vegan is a person who doesn't eat any animal products at all. So no butter, no milk, no meat, no honey, no nothing.
What's wrong with the crazy man kind of nonsense. Not gonna eat no meat. Come on. That's a lie. You're a lie.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. These people are malnourished. That's why they're so deranged.
Him don't want to eat meat. Why? It make him sick or what?
No, they just feel it's morally wrong.
Does he eat bugs?
No, they don't want to eat bugs.
They don't even eat a bug.
No.
Oh, come on. They gotta come down. One Love Caribbean. We got this new cockroach soup. It's kind of like an oxtail soup. It's no. If you don't like meat, if you're a vegan, you gotta come down. I'm gonna put this cockroach. You won't even know it's meat.
Please,
You're gonna love it.
Delroy, stop saying cockroach soup.
No. I think you're thinking like a palmetto bug. It's not like a big fat palmetto bug. It's the little delicate cockroach, like a baby cockroach.
I don't want to talk about it no more. Jesus, please spare me. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
Okay, well, we got this new jerk spider. It's really...
Damn, Delroy, can't you stop it? It's disgusting.
Well, I want to make the vegans happy.
Well,
you know, if you don't
make
like
anyone happy. Nobody wants to eat goddamn spiders and cockroaches, you freak.
What about a gecko or an iguana?
Honestly, I hate to say it, but that sounds better. We're moving in the right direction.
Okay, because we got this new curry lizard. It's the best curry lizard in all of Florida. I don't know nobody else curry a lizard like me. So you come on down. We got whatever we catch. We even got a Jesus lizard every once in a while. But one other thing, actually. Yeah, the Jesus lizard. You only catch them out back when after it rained, and it's raining right now. So I got to go out and catch some of these Jesus lizards. Pop them in that curry, make the vegan happy, because it's good for you, make you feel good.
You know what, Delroy? You should start advertising to the vegans and telling them that all your food is vegan.
All vegan all the time. You're going to love it. It's going to make you happier than a pig with a nipple.
There you go. You know what, Delroy? You're about to be so pleased. For once in my life, I will endorse your restaurant. If you are a vegan in the South Florida area, go to One Love Caribbean Restaurant in
Blue Heron.
Riviera Beach. Yeah, go there, and you will have a meal you'll never forget.
You're gonna love it.
There you go. All right, you heard it here, folks. If you're vegan, check out One Love Caribbean Restaurant. It will surely be
it'll be a culinary adventure of a lifetime.
There you go.
I mean, and frankly, you deserve it.
Yes.
Treat yourself. Speaking of that, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I think this was a fun episode. Make sure you don't miss next week because it's episode 100.
100!
Yes. We've been doing this for, pretty much 2 years. We have not missed a week. So after next week, we're going to take a little bit of a vacation. We need some time away from all of this insanity. So,
well, I didn't think we were vacationing in a cave.
I guess there's no escaping from Clown World.
We might pop back up a little sooner than we're anticipating. Things are amping up for sure, but one way or another, you don't want to miss episode number 100. It is going to be a doozy.
Yeah, we'll do some fun stuff. So we'll see you next week.
Have a good one, everybody.